Guys, what is going on? This is the Club with the Man 1993 coming at you for my live review of NXT UK from the January 30th, 2019 edition of NXT UK that took place in the Empress Ballroom in Blackpool, England. Same place again where NXT UK, Blackpool, of course, took place at, as we're a couple weeks away from the next set of tapings that will be taking place actually right here in America in Phoenix, Arizona. We had a match actually announced in 3 weeks actually for NXT UK. It's a women's title rematch from TakeOver Blackpool, which I'm interested to see how it goes. Definitely seeing how, the last match was all right, but didn't really, go as good while it was stopped. But I'm interested to see, of course, where that match will go. So overall, this week's episode of NXT UK, the past couple ones were, solid, was what they were. This one, I felt like the wheels were starting to turn a little bit. We had the debut of Walter. Of course, we had a couple squash matches, though, for Dave Mastiff and, well, not completely squash Dave Mastiff, but complete squash for Ginny. And we also had a big match announced soon for the NXT UK tag titles as well. Will probably take place also sometime during the shows that take place in Phoenix. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if those shows start next week or the following week for NXT UK, but we'll have to see what happens. So let's get right into this review again. Not a bad show at all, thing I gotta say. We opened up with a match with Bomber Dave Mastiff in his first match since his match with Eddie Dennis at TakeOver Blackpool. He's still undefeated also. He took on Primate Jay Melrose, who looked a heck of a lot like Eric Rowan, except not quite as tall, but definitely muscular looking, bald, like long red beard like Rowan. Like he looked like Rowan, in my opinion. So not bad, squash match put over Dave Mastiff. There was some hard-hitting forearms between back and forth from the both of them. But then Melrose attempted to lift Mastiff onto his back towards the end, but was unable to carry him. And then Mastiff took control and landed the cannonball into the corner for the win. Again, I actually would love to see a match sometime between Dave Mastiff and Hanson of the Warriors. I feel like their agility could, like two big men agility, could really, merge well together for sure and put on a pretty good match for sure. I'd like to see them have a match someday as well. So that was not bad. We had Liverpool's number one, Zach Gibson, and James Drake address the NXT UK fans for the first time since winning the UK tag titles. Gibson says that the UK fans can wave as many shoes as they like at him long as they could call him and James Drake what they are, the grizzled young veterans. Saying stuff how, we told you so, we would be doing that soon, and we did so. Tag teams, focusing more so on, their name and whatnot while they were preparing to win them. Just pretty much, find every excuse as to why, they won the NXT UK tag titles. Of course, this eventually, brings out Sid Scala, the assistant general manager of NXT UK, and even for the tag team champions, and they're going to defend their titles against Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch soon, which is during the time when the NXT UK visits Phoenix, Arizona for the next set of their tapings. So it was also during the show. Because during the show also, we had a segment where Rhea Ripley barged into Johnny Saints and Sid Scala's office and requested a rematch against Tony Storm for the UK Women's Championship, which they took it into consideration, and they announced that the match will take place in 3 weeks for the rematch. So again, I do look forward to see what that match can come. And again, the first match was pretty good. Second match at TakeOver Blackpool was probably not the weakest match. I still thought the match disappointed me the most. Again, was the no DQ match with Mastiff and Dennis. That match also between Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley could have been a little bit better, but it was still not too bad for what it was. But it could have been better. So we had that backstage segment. We got the in-ring NXT UK debut of Walter, the big 6'4", 297-pound, well-known big man around the world apparently, and I'm still getting to know him too, but I already saw it. He definitely is going to be a threat to Pete Dunne for the UK Championship. The thing is, Walter's a big man, but he doesn't look like a stiff-armed big man like Gray Khali or some other people are. They walk in like, no, boo, no, boo, no, boo. No. When the match began, Jack starts his opponent went right after Walter, and Walter swung it like a forearm and missed. But as Starts turned around, and then Walter gave him this big vicious chop, like a chop that like Charlotte or like Ric Flair would do. And let me tell you something, it wasn't one of those like wiggling chops like a. It was just like a little. I saw literally, he tried to really like kill him. Pretty much looked like it was just a big loud chop that was just like whoa, like caught the attention, got a huge reaction from the crowd. He threw Starch around the ring before he landed a huge drop kick on him in the ring, following up with a power bomb to get the win. So I guess his finisher just a power bomb. So all right, fine with me. Afterwards, see a backstage confrontation with Mark Coffey yelling at Walter, while Marcel Barthel said he and Fabian Aichner are the Austrians back if he needs them, and NXT but then Walter ignored them and he walked away. So I don't know if we eventually will see an alliance with the European Union and Walter. Could be interesting, but I look forward to seeing what he can do. So he's obviously going to be having some matches with with Gallus, starting with Mark Coffey next week, since they're obviously the men to beat right now for sure. And I mean, even though they don't have to win any titles at UK Blackpool, they're still obviously the big boys you got to get past also. So we'll see what happens with that match next week with Mark Coffey and Walter. But a great debut match for sure, I thought. From this match, we then have Ginny taking on Casey Owens. This match was just a complete like dud squash. Like Casey got some offensive, but it was just maybe like Ginny the whole time. One thing I remember about this match was the finish towards the end of the match. The fashionista attacked her at ringside. You trying to go after the limbs. Of course, other thing that she kind of did use a little more in this match is her nails doing some scratching. It looked like they hurt and were painful for sure. So I kind of added that she's trying to add those in there. So like not that little twist in her character, since she is the fashionista, if you want to say that. In the end, though, after training some submissions in the middle of the ring, Ginny hit her finisher, the makeover, a mid-rope X-Factor, like face buster, to pick up the victory. So she's been racking up the wins. I guess they're teasing her to be the next person to feud with Toni Storm for the UK Women's title after Storm finishes up with Ripley. So we'll have to see what happens, but that's like the plan going forward. We also had a little promo video for Xia Brookside, who's going to be in action next week. So we'll see where they go with Xia Brookside as well. And then finally, we had our main event. It was basically just a match to get Mustache Mountains, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven back on track following their loss to the grizzled young veterans at TakeOver Blackpool, as they're taking on the upcoming stars Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel, the European Union, which again, I'm really behind that tag team. This was a fun tag team match. European Union definitely came close to victory several times, such as when Fabian Aichner rolled up Tyler Bate at one point. Trent Seven was next to go close, but hitting the 7 stars lariat, Aichner happened to kick out of that. Then Aichner and Barthel, they enhanced their reputations with a series of double team moves. But of course, at the end, it was Mustache Mountain who got the win when a 7-pin Barthel after a double team full Nelson lariat combo, which again is some fun back and forth action, which I'm definitely seeing a lot of talent again for sure in this team of European Unions. Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel are getting time on both brands, so we'll see what happens. Again, like down the line for them, guy, I guess they're going to get a run with the tag titles at some point on either one of the brands. But I think this team definitely has a lot of potential, and I'm really digging what they're doing. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. That's just my quick review of NXT UK. As we give it a B, I like this stuff. For the announcements, for the matches, the main event was fun. Squash matches did what they had to do. Walter, I thought, had an impressive in-ring debut. So I'll give this a B for NXT UK, guys. I'll be back here in a few hours for my NXT live review. So what are your thoughts on NXT UK? Guys, as always, your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to always click my like and subscribe or comment on my channel. You may follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirboy93. With that, guys, I am checking out. I'll see you guys all later for my NXT review. So until then, guys, have a great, well, that's right. If NXT is worth reviewing, since it's pretty much, a recap show of stuff that's not worth reviewing. So we'll see if it's worth reviewing or not after I watch it. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all later. Peace out, everybody.